Hi there, welcome back to 6 Minutes with the Couch Activist. So I wanted to dedicate 6 minutes to my buddy, Mr. THC. So THC is one of hundreds of compounds in the cannabis plant, and it is the only one that has any kind of psychoactive effects. So that leaves right now there are 126 other cannabinoids that have been identified and named. We know what parts of the biological system they help ameliorate, cure illnesses in, treat, manage illnesses in. And THC is the only one that has any kind of real side effects. Yet there are still people out there who act like it's really the only one that we're looking for when we use this plant. And you and I know that's not true. You and I know that it's an entourage effect and that there's a whole team, a huge team of cannabinoids that all work together to help us. So THC is only one of those. But when I talk about THC with new patients, I always like to give safety nets. And there are safety nets for new users when you're using THC. So first of all, the College of Physicians and Surgeons in Ontario has given us the one safety net, which is the recommendation that all Ontario doctors cap THC, or at least pay attention to that for each patient. And so that's what a lot of doctors do. A lot of doctors will start new users off at 12 and raise it up every couple of months when they come in for the follow-up. And that's really, what we need. Our endocannabinoid systems really need to be introduced to THC slowly, as in low amounts for a couple of months, and then you come back, be reassessed, raise it up a little bit more, carry on. Of course, there are some conditions where there's no need for even any THC or minimal amounts, because there's always going to be trace amounts. And so those conditions, THC can be capped very, very low. The doctor has all the control there. So that's one safety net that is out there for Canadians. The other one is CBD. So CBD and THC act on the brain in different areas, fires different areas of the brain up, and that is quoted from a group of studies that I posted underneath the last video. So CBD mitigates the psychoactive effects of THC. And let's talk about those psychoactive effects for a moment. I mentioned earlier, I don't really feel them that much anymore because I've used moderately for 15, 16, 17 years now, so my body uses THC properly. I don't really feel those psychoactive effects. But when I say that word, and let me tell you, I've said that word more times in the last year of working in this industry than I would like to ever say it again, and we act like cannabis is the only product that gives people psychoactive effects, and there are so many other medications out there that give it, and I really feel like we're not given the same fear for all of those other medications that have psychoactive effects the way we're given the fear for cannabis and THC. So that's just something that needs to be talked about. So other safety nets that you have in your kitchen, if you ever feel too high, go to your kitchen, get a piece of meat or cucumber or tomato or whatever you have in there, put some black pepper on it, and eat that. The terpenes in the black pepper help to lower those psychoactive effects of you and make you feel more normal within minutes. The great Canadian singer-songwriter Neil Young, he says that even just sniffing it used to help him. I don't imagine he has problems with that anymore, but if you're feeling too high as in you're feeling too sedated, it does the same thing. So that's awesome too, because if you all of a sudden remember that you have to study or do an essay or something and you've just ingested some high THC, you can take some black pepper, eat it, and it's going to help. It definitely is. And then there are some studies being done on this right now as well. The other thing that you can get in your kitchen is an orange. Go over and slice it up. Start eating that orange. The terpenes in the orange also do the same thing that the black pepper terpenes do. Even just juice seems to help. And so I think that there is a combination of the terpenes helping, but also normalizing the pH in the stomach. So when you drink something like orange juice, people think that's acidic. Why would that help? Well, your stomach acid is like battery acid. So orange juice is actually more normal. more basic and it's a more comfortable level for your body to be at, which seems to help with how psychoactive effects of the two compounds affect you. So those four little safety nets out there really do help the patient, especially new patients. And you know, for those of you out there that are saying, oh gosh, it's THC, it won't hurt you, you know, you just sleep really well. Well, you don't remember, you know, the first couple of times and when you're feeling too high. It's not a good feeling. And it's a feeling that you don't really recognize, so you don't know if it's getting worse or getting better or when it's going to end. And that's quite often the real problem is it going to end? This is why people go into a panic. Having safety nets like eating an orange, drinking orange juice, eating something with black pepper on it, dosing yourself with some of your daytime CBD. Those can really help people. And don't go to the emergency room, right? If you can help yourself here. Any time that we can keep people out of the emergency room for something like a THC overuse or taking too much too soon, I think better for this program and for the reputation, because, you know, all it takes is for one healthcare worker to laugh at your CBD oil for you to not want to use it again, you know. And so much of this, it takes you believing in the product, you putting the time into finding the right dose. So those are a few safety nets for you so that you don't have to fear THC. It's there to help you. You just need to introduce yourself to it slowly and know that if you do take too much, there are things that can help you to feel better. So this has been 6 Minutes with the Couch Activist. Thanks for watching. Once again, comment if you want to talk about anything in particular. Cheers!